Hi guys! It is the next day and it's the afternoon. Yesterday was a little bit chaotic. Had a little bit of like a miscommunication issue with the dog sitter, and I really thought we were about to have to fly back and cancel our whole vacation because she disappeared for like 10 hours and did not take out our dogs. And I made it very clear. I paid you $1,000 like for a week. Can you please just take my dogs out every 4 hours? Like they're so easy. I'm not asking much. So it was a little bit chaotic and I was super anxious last night. I just couldn't like enjoy being here, and I was like up all night checking the Ring camera if she was even gonna take them out today. And I feel like we cleared it up. We have like a spreadsheet. She created a spreadsheet and everything else now to show me that she's taking them out, because I literally wholly was about to cancel and fly back by myself because like my dogs are everything to me, and like I hold a standard for like how they're taken care of, and if I'm paying you a lot of money, please just hold that same standard. And that only standard I'm asking you for is to take them out for 4 poop walks and 2 quick pee-pees. Like that's it. They literally sleep all day in the house. If you take them for a walk around the community, I already pre-made their food. You just throw it in the bowl. That's it. So not much stress. But anyways, so that's how the trip started. So today I was like watching the cameras. We're on a better page. She sent me this whole spreadsheet of like how many times she's taking them out today, what they're doing, whatever. So I'm trying to enjoy my cabin getaway now, which it snowed some more last night. It's so beautiful here. I'm watching the Hallmark Channel. We did go to the gym here in town. It's like a tiny little gym, so I didn't really like want to record. All I did was walk 3 miles, and then Caleb did a workout. Now we stopped at the grocery store in town to make some stuff, and I am going to be making a good old savory butternut squash soup. Have I made butternut squash soup? No. Am I craving it for some reason? Yes. The snow and everything here is just kind of bringing me into this like I'm okay with hibernation mode that I literally do not get to have in Nashville. Being away from my job today and yesterday, yeah, because today's Tuesday, has just made me realize how much of a break I really needed, because your girl slept till 11 o'clock today. Like I was in and out of sleep. Like I told you, I didn't sleep like fully, but I will tonight. Let me just show you how cute the cabin is. It's just so cute and like quaint, and it just makes me feel so relaxed. And like, just look at this view outside this window. It's just such a cozy place to be. I really needed this break. I really needed it. So I'm just happy that I didn't have to like cancel my whole trip. And then like, look at this. And the gym, and it's just so beautiful and so quiet. Like, oh. I want to get some wood. There's a little fire pit right here, and like imagine having a fire, and it's snowy, and just, I don't know, I love the snow. After being in Nashville for 2 years and then living in San Diego for the last 8 years before that, like I love the snow. I love it. I have got the Hallmark Channel playing. Let's see what movie is playing. Catch Me If You Claus. So it's last year's new Christmas movie. So that's playing right now, and I'm gonna make soup. So I thought like, let's have a cozy evening in the cabin together. I want to finish Sky Shade. I'm getting to a point. Okay, if you're reading or haven't read Sky Shade, skip to this point right here because I need to talk about it. Spoiler-free vlogs, as much as I like them sometimes, like sometimes I just want to have a conversation with people, and I feel like it's becoming a little bit too much. There's some creators who I love their content, but for the love of God, can we get a spoiler vlog? Not a spoiler-free, like just never talk about the book, and then like I'm almost convinced that you don't read it, babe. I want to talk about it with you, which is why I want my channel to be different in a way that like, if you don't want spoilers, skip, babe. Skip, because I can't make everything spoiler free for you. Skip to this point right here. I was reading it last night. There is just so much going on in the book that like I have no clue at this point what's gonna happen, because we know from the OG prophecy that Isla is either gonna kill Oro or Grimm. And then she gets on the boat because the Moonling chick, I can't even remember her name right now because so much has happened. She goes, she rides Wraith, she gets on her boat and finds out that she killed the 2 oracles, so that way she could be the only person with the knowledge of the prophecy. And so then her and Grimm Also, again, the tension is back. It is insane. And then her and Grimm go through the mountains so that way they can go to like the apprentices of like the Oracle. And of course, they only let Isla in. And then they say all this shit to Isla. We're like, follow the snakes and like all of these other things. Then she not chains herself, but she gets the bracelet so that way she couldn't have her power. And then she goes to the guy who eats the hearts and like it helps with his power. And all the time I'm like, holy crap, like we're 33% of the way through and so much has happened that I'm like, how is this like a final moment? Like when we get the movie series, how are we gonna do this? Because I really hope they don't rush it, because there's so much important details that I'm gonna be mad. And I feel like they need to do like with Breaking Dawn part 1 and part 2, even though I know Breaking Dawn, the book was 10 times thicker. If my OG girlies from the Twilight years know what I'm talking about, but I need it to be part 1 and part 2, because I think if they rush the mountain, if they rush everything with Wraith, if they rush all this stuff up to 33% and just like make it a quick little scene, like we're gonna miss out on such vital moments where I am so confused now. And like I thought I knew what the end was gonna be, now I don't know. Because no matter what, if she goes through the portal, she kills Thousand at the end of the day. But the death of her is the death of Grimm, and it's the death of Nightshade. Nobody gets to keep a life. No one. At the end of the day, I'm like upset about that. Like I'm really upset over it, because I just want her, all her 2 caregivers, her whole life called her Little Bird because she was legit like a caged bird. I want her to be free. Like I want her moment of freedom. I want her moment of happiness. Like her whole life was about the centennial. Then the centennial happens, and then she finds out this whole time her moments that she remembered leading up to the centennial was fake and a lie. And end of second book, we find out, and I had to spend the entire year processing that in therapy. And she's been dead for 2 books. And that the only thing keeping her alive is the necklace that she wears, because her life is tied to Grimm's. And as much as she hates that man, and I get why she's so angry, because like he did not include her, and she says it to him, like, why did you do it? Especially when they're under the mountain. I'm just a little scared that like everything that needs to unfold is not going to unfold, because I'm already at 33% and almost 50, like that's almost 50% of the way through the book, and I need people to talk about with it. So we're gonna finish that book today, but we're also gonna cook and just chill and relax and hang out. So that was my rant. I needed to talk about it with somebody, because my BFF Noelle still hasn't even finished the first Powerless book, and I told her she needs to finish the Powerless books and catch up to me to where I'm at, so then she could read Skyshade and read Skyshade with me. But what is she doing? Not reading. Yeah, I'm calling you out if you're watching. Love you. Let's get to cooking. I need to grab my phone because I don't know like how to make it. I know you like turn on the oven, chop up the squash and all that stuff. So let's get started. I'm sharing the recipe right here, so if you also want to make it at home, you can too. So we need 1 large butternut squash, peeled, seeded, and cut into chunks, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, half a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, half teaspoon of cinnamon, half teaspoon ginger, 1 onion chopped, 2 garlic cloves minced, 4 cups of low sodium vegetable broth. I couldn't find low sodium vegetable broth, so I got low sodium chicken broth. Half cup of coconut milk, because we're dairy free girls here. Gastritis and IBS girls rise up. And a half cup of roasted pumpkin seeds for serving. I didn't get that. So, okay, we need to preheat the oven to 425 and line a rimmed baking sheet with parchment paper. Place the butternut squash on the prepared baking sheet. Drizzle 1 tablespoon of olive oil, tea with salt, pepper, cinnamon, and ginger. Toss to combine. Bake for 40 minutes, flipping halfway through until the butternut squash is knife tender and golden. While the butternut squash is roasting, heat the remaining tablespoon of olive oil in a large pot. Add the onions and season with salt and pepper. Cook the onions for 5 to 7 minutes until they soften and become translucent. Then add the garlic and cook for 1 minute until fragrant. Add the vegetable broth. Add the vegetable broth, bring to a boil, and then reduce the heat to a simmer while the butternut squash is roasting. When the butternut squash is done, transfer it to the pot, remove from heat, and use an immersion blender. I have one at home. I don't know if this cabin will have one, so we'll have to Google what you use if you don't have an immersion blender. I didn't think of that. To blend the soup until completely smooth. Stir in the coconut milk. Serve with a drizzle of coconut milk and pumpkin seeds. We forgot the pumpkin seeds. and that it needs immersion blender. So can we just mash them? We'll have to make it work. So let's get started. Okay, I don't know why, for some reason I was like, let me check the oven here, because sometimes I know people store like pots in the oven, and there is actually a bunch of pots in this oven. So before I preheat it to 425, I'm going to take all this stuff out, and it looks like there's a little soup pot right there, which is perfect, that I'm going to use. And then I'm also going to make some other stuff, so let's do that. Hey guys, I'm interrupting you for an important message, which is I am doing a giveaway. I am doing 6 big giveaways, but I just wanted to show you the grand prize and what you could win at the end, December 26th. If you comment, like, and subscribe, you'll need to comment and like on every single video of Vlogmas, and of course be subscribed to my channel. You will be winning this beautiful Coach bag that is filled with skincare, a beautiful Coach wallet with gift cards, makeup by Tarte. You'll also, of course it doesn't fit in this purse, but you'll also be winning this beautiful Man-Eater eyeshadow Tarte palette. And all you have to do, like I said, is comment, like, and subscribe. Subscribe to my channel, but comment and like on every single video of Vlogmas. And then the last 5 days, you really want to pay close attention to the videos, because the last 5 videos I will be doing gift card giveaways, and I'll be reading the number to the gift card at different points in the last 5 days of Vlogmas to Sephora, Ulta, and all my favorite stores. So you'll have to watch those videos, because the first person to, of course, watch the video and input that gift card number into their cart is the one who will receive that gift card. So make sure you stay tuned all throughout Vlogmas. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you later. Let that sit. What we need to do now is ask Siri. Hey Siri, if I don't have an immersion blender, what else can I use? Hand mixer. Perfect. I found a hand mixer. Food processor, regular blender, potato masher. I didn't see a potato masher and whisk. I don't know how that's gonna work. Okay. At this point, it's just a waiting game. So I'm gonna make myself my leftover tacos that I made last night. Before I make my tacos, I discovered these at the Target 2 hours away from here. They're the Siete brand grain-free Mexican wedding cookies, gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan. For all my gluten-free girlies out there, and these are the Mexican wedding cookie. Oh my god, I knew I would love these. Oh, they're so good. Siete, I'm in love with your brand. Because I also got your gluten-free hard shell tacos. No, just kidding. Those are Caleb's. These ones. Ugh, I had those last night and I'm about to have them right now. I love Puerto Rican and Dominican food so much. That's what I grew up eating. I grew up eating Caribbean food. But ever since I've been hospitalized so much, since 2020, I have to have gluten-free, dairy-free, like just so many different things. For all my Latina girlies out there, try Siete. Oh, so delicious. Alright, I just added in the garlic. I'm gonna let that cook for another probably like 3 to 4 minutes before I start adding the broth. Of course, my battery is about to die here in a second, so I'll try to be fast. The butternut squash just came out of the oven. I'm about to put the unsalted 4 cups chicken broth in here, and then I'm gonna try and use like a hand blender once it's all mixed together in there. Also, I was just eating, so that's what we're doing. Okay, so I finished the soup, and I'll put the picture right here, and it came out okay. I ended up making chicken burgers just because I realized it was just like not really filling enough, and I didn't have an immersion blender, so I literally had to like hand blend it so long, and then my camera died, and then I had to charge a battery, and I have half a battery right now, so that's what happened. But I did finish it, and it came out okay for my first time making butternut squash soup. So now I'm reading on my Kindle. I just took a shower, partially watching the Hallmark Channel and partially laying on this big recliner right now and watching the Hallmark Channel. But I'm at the part of Skyshade where Oro showed up to Nightshade, and I feel just as conflicted as Isla, because there's just so much about Grimm that you're just like starting to learn, and how much he like does for his people despite like this man willing to wage war and like kill everyone in the world for Isla. And then you've got like Oro, who he literally showed up on Nightshade and flew all the way there because he felt their bond like weakening, and he didn't know if something was like wrong with her. And then the stormfinch started singing, and now she had to portal into Oro's room, and she like didn't bring her clothes. She was like in her like pajamas, and she had to like fake it and tell Oro to hide because he's in Grimm's room. They literally were killing each other in the last book, and I'm like, oh my god, like my brain is so confused on who to pick. Like I'm just as confused as her. We're on page 154 right now. I can't take how much is happening in this book. Like it's just so much. And then Grimm's like, I wish you didn't feel like you had to like keep secrets from me and keep all this stuff from me. And now I'm just having some like inner turmoil, and I feel like the end of this series is just gonna be the end of me. Especially like I can't take it after reading Fearless. Did I say Fearless or Reckless? Whichever one. After Powerless. Because I read that, the novella Powerful, and then I think it's Reckless. Like I'm still trying to get over that. Like Kit proposing to Peyton and reading a ton of fan fiction. Like today I was on Pinterest, and some girl, she wrote like a fan fiction of the first 3 chapters of like what she would write, and it's like in Kit, Kai, and Peyton's POV, and oh my god, I'm obsessed. Like now I need to write my own fan fiction because I have so many theories of my own, but like I've just been doing that all day. So I'm gonna get back to this. I'm gonna keep reading.
Something's tugging at my sleeve. I do believe it's Christmas. It's cold outside, but I'm warm within, 'cause Christmas time is here.